Hello, I'm Chris Pajak and you're watching Redmen TV, California.
Hello, welcome to Redmen TV. We're here in California, as you probably know, because there's loads of people saying, fuck you fucking bastards. But anyway, we were going to do this show yesterday and we fucked up with an audio issue. That audio issue probably will persist, but we're gonna try and fly through it anyway. Chris, you got a couple of topics we want to discuss today?
Yeah, I think the first one, Stevie G there, didn't I? Yeah, you know, I think the first one...
If you've been out on the piss the night before.
Yeah, exactly. I think the first one that we need to discuss really is Brad Smith, you know, complete his move to Bournemouth. And it's an undisclosed fee that the Echo believes will be going up to £6 million for a player with not that much Premier League experience. It just shows you how much the market's changed, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, and it's an interesting one for me because again, the Brad Smith isn't like, it's not like we're selling some unknown 18-year-old or whatever. He does come with a certain degree of reputation. Obviously, he's I believe I'm right in saying he's an Australian international. Yeah. So, you know, the reason why he remained a Liverpool player was because of that fact. So, you know, we wouldn't release him last summer. So, as a result, his if his fee had been set by tribunal, it was always going to be set at more money than people were willing to pay, given that he had no first team experience last year. So the fact is, you know, he's still an international. He's now got first team experience for Liverpool in the Premier League and the cup competitions and what have you. And as you say, the inflated transfer values as well around the market mean that it still seems a lot of money. But again, God, fantastic business as far as I'm concerned from Liverpool's perspective.
I think you're spot on, mate. I think it really is, and it just shows how much Liverpool have moved on under FSG in the way that we conduct our business in these transfer windows. I think we'll come on to another story in a bit, but I just want to sort of bring to everybody's attention that so far we've brought in a lot of players. We've spent £66 million. We've recouped £46 million, if it's to be believed. Now, there's a potential as well that Christian Benteke could go for around about 30 million. Yeah. We got 13 million coming in from a Suarez deal, which, you know, that's an incredible amount. Will be in the black.
Yeah.
For a start, from a window that we said this at the very, very beginning. Don't judge it on individual transfers. The Mane £34 million thing, you know, everyone's it's very expensive. Look at what we've got this window and look at what we've got rid of.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you go, there's a potential that we could make £23 million here.
Yeah.
And that, you know,
and it's the first year I wouldn't be angry about that.
Well, and even then, we talked again at the beginning of the window, we thought we'd have a kitty of around 110 million quid. Now, with player sales of 66 with a potential... 46 with a potential another £30 million coming in. There's 76. Put that up to 89 with the extra 13 from Suarez, and then throw 20 on. There's your £110 million that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Liverpool are either going to do something big maybe at the end of this window, or it gives us a little bit of something if we're in the hunt for a Champions League spot in January.
That's spiders on your leg, Chris.
Jesus Christ! Right, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to sit back down and hope that I don't die.
He had a black widow on his leg. It was amazing. I think for me,
I faint, Paul.
I know. I don't think Liverpool are in the market for something big. I think this is just about Liverpool being financially responsible. This is what we've been trying to do all along. You know, I think it means that Liverpool are back to being a sensibly run football club, and I think we have been, relatively speaking. But it's this is the first window. I think we've almost been building to this. It shows that the transfer policy prior to this point hasn't been as bad as all that, but also shows again that the guys who were behind the scenes dealing with the negotiation side of things, whether they've just had a shot of confidence because of Jurgen Klopp or whatever, or whether they've actually not been that bad all along. You know, they're standing the ground, they're actually doing the business this summer. And the fact is, you know, I was chatting to a lot of people over here. This Liverpool side's not going to be built in one window, you know. And the fact of the matter is, we're building for this season. Next season, I'm happy for Liverpool to have a surplus, you know, to have a chunk of cash in the bank, so that this time next year, or not even this time next year, in 10 months from now, when Liverpool are back in the Champions League and we're looking to kick on again, you know, or if it comes to January and we think, you know, let's look at Alex Teixeira as an example. We bought at the asking price in January. Well, they might be in a position where not him, but maybe another guy comes up in January. We think, well, one more guy to give us a push. Well, fuck it, you know, we'll go and spend that extra £10 million because we've got it there. We're not living window to window, hand to mouth anymore, which is great.
No, exactly, and I think that's exactly spot on, mate. And it's something that it's kind of, this transfer window for me is like jump-starting a car. And that's what Klopp's doing with the squad. He's massively, in my opinion anyway, the proof's obviously in the Premier League season, he's massively improved the squad, both with his ins and his outs.
Yeah.
And, you know, next season it could be that we're looking for one or two players, those final pieces in the jigsaw that we've searched for God knows how many years.
Yeah.
But I suppose the next piece of business we've obviously got is the fact, and I mentioned it briefly a minute ago, yesterday, I believe it was, we received our final payment for Luis Suarez, taking that up to £65 million. There's 13 million quid that Liverpool have just received.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I put a little bit less stock in that because I suspect that's long since been factored in. You know what I mean? So I can't see that being
money in the bank though, Paul.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. But in football business, I guess everything's planned so far down the road, and you leverage so many things off so many other things that money's probably been spent already. But that being said, let's face it, it was spent 2 years ago when we sold him and we bought in all those guys. But part of me's a little bit sad about that because that's done.
We can't have him back now. He's officially, in my eyes, he's now officially a Barcelona player.
Yeah, there's no like, oh, you know, well, you can't
make
the payment.
We need him back.
We'll go and repossess him and bring him back if they can't make the payments. Yeah,
it's a sad day, really.
Yeah, but I think, you know, you're right. And looking at it from a pure positive perspective, as you mentioned earlier, okay, as you say, more money in the bank for Liverpool. And again, I'd rather this Liverpool regime under Jurgen Klopp have that money to spend than the previous one, because I trust this guy far more than anyone since Rafa Benitez to get the best. And let's face it, even Rafa had some up and downs, didn't he, in the transfer market? But no, great.
If you look, we looked in depth at all of his transfers for the managerial show we did with Steor on the website a couple of weeks ago, and you know, there was some really high points.
Yeah,
I had Houllier as an actual 1 and 2 on transfers. Wow. One was good, one was bad. Benitez was more 1 and 3, but you know.
Yeah, but what's interesting, go back to what you said about the summer and the transfers. This feels like 98, 99 kind of summer, you know, when it was like Smeacher, Hippier, Honcho, that kind of thing, where we went and bought the core of a good squad. And one or two of these guys might not make the grade to the level that we want. So, you know, when Liverpool get back to where we want to be under Klopp, you might go, okay, you've done a job for us at this point, thanks very much, on you go. But it has that real feeling that we've got and bought a nucleus of a really good squad to add to what I think is we've got 7 or 8 really, really, really good players, I think, in that squad already. And I think this is what this summer feels like to me. The optimism is incredible. And what's boss about being over here is, you know, speaking to people and the genuine feeling that this is, you know, this season's going to be massively exciting. And, you know, I know this all stems from us selling Brad Smith and whatever, but it's part of a larger thing, isn't it? That it feels like Liverpool, everything we're doing right now feels like it's all pointing in the right direction. It's pointing towards success for the change.
Yeah, mate. I think you've nailed it there, mate. To be honest with you, I think it's been a really good window. It's been great over here. Apart from meeting all those people who are really happy as well as we are, the weather's nice, isn't it?
The weather is fucking beautiful. Anyway, yeah, we're off to sun ourselves, go and get some breakfast and enjoy the day. We're going to be around and about the match tonight, of course. Looking forward to that. We're going to be doing the tailgate parties with the local Liverpool fans and taking the match and hopefully getting some content in and around there as well, some presses and whatever. So stay tuned for that. If you're back in England, that'll be going up in the early hours of the morning. But you know, it means you'll have something nice to eat. But yeah, it's nice to watch while you're eating your breakfast
or having your morning poo.
Absolutely.